I think, first of all, to the international community, he's saying, I'm a man of peace. I'm a statesman. Mission accomplished. That's what he's sending home. He's letting the Americans know at Geneva, the first day of the meeting of this peace conference, that he's willing to make some important compromises. He's also sending a message to Bashar al-Assad, as you said, in which he's saying, we don't have to be here. You have to make some compromises in order to find a way forward in this. But he's also, I think, at the same time, sending a message to the Americans and to the Syrian opposition. To the Americans who've not wanted to work with him, I think one of Putin's main goals in going into Syria was to get Americans to cooperate with him in fighting what he calls the terrorists. And America has not wanted to do that so far. And I think in a sense he's saying, you know, I could go home and pack up my marbles and you would be left holding the bag in Syria.
Interesting.
But it's also, yeah, go ahead.
So where does this leave things diplomatically and, of course, on the battlefield in Syria?
Well, you know, he's made this dramatic gesture, but we don't know how serious it really is. He is not going to abandon Bashar al-Assad. He has made a big investment in Syria, and that he's not going to let go down the drain. So he can withdraw some men, but he's said at the same time that the airport at Latakia, the port at Tartus will be running as they were before. Now, what exactly that means, it's hard to know. But I think Russia's continue to press his advantage to help Assad. But he is looking for a way forward. He's letting the international community know that Russia is ready to deal. He takes this seriously, the peace negotiations, but nobody sees a real way forward in Syria today. That is the main problem. There's so much unfinished business. And it's going to take serious cooperation from the international community and from the Syrian opposition. And everybody's forgetting the Syrian opposition in this. They hold territory. They are 1,000 militias plus. They need to come to the table seriously. They're today saying Assad has to go, we're going to have a transitional government, but they've got no power to enforce this. So people have to get serious about making a real compromise. And I think that's the message that Putin is trying to send here.
So what's the next step for the United States? What does the US need to do to help stabilize the situation in Syria? And can it successfully work with Russia on this?
Well, that's the real question. You know, yesterday, Reuters announced that Russia had asked the United States to help them take Raqqa, the capital of ISIS territory in Syria. I'm sure the Russians have gotten no answer because the United States is not going to work with Russia or Assad in taking back ISIS territory. And that's fundamentally a problem with Russia's position. Russia wants to work with America to take back ISIS territory and to put Assad as the partner of the United States. And the United States is going to turn their nose up at that. Their core international values are, we don't work with dictators, democracy, human rights. Assad doesn't fit that bill. But America has no other partner. They have the Kurds that could take a little bit of territory, but this is the fundamental problem. Nobody is willing to work with anybody else in Syria.
All right, Joshua Landis, thank you so much for joining us and providing us with your perspective on this. Appreciate it.
Thank you.